Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lincoln Sports Complex for today's non-conference field hockey matchup between the Thomas Terriers and the Husson University Eagles. Thomas coming in with a 4-6 record, 2-2 at home, 2-4 on the way, most recently coming off an 8-2 victory over the New England College Pilgrims out in Henniker, New Hampshire. Eagles coming off a loss this past Sunday, 6-2 to the Mules of Colby College. We should be in for a good one tonight, as both teams playing relatively similar schedules. Common opponent being the University of Southern Maine. Thomas, when they faced them, losing 3-1, and Husson, when they faced them, lost 3-2 in overtime. As both teams are almost set to take the field. In goal for the Terriers, it will be number 42, junior goalkeeper Elise Cyphers. And for the Eagles, it will be Kimmy Goddard, grad student. The Eagles about ready to go. Terriers in a huddle, as we are just moments away from the start of this contest. It will be the Terriers starting off with this one. As was a blown, and we are underway. That was Julia Rennie in midfield, as the Terriers will start with it, as that one is pushed out of bounds by Richards, freshman midfielder out of Belfast, Maine. Now the Eagles are going to start with it for their first offense attempt. And that was taken right back, this time by Richards. And with the ball going towards the Terriers offense zone, there was a foul there, and that will go the other way. Eagles starting with it on the right side, trying to push it towards the middle. And taken away by Thomas. Coming up the field now for the Terriers is Herrick, as she goes towards the left side. Trying to get around two defenders. Foul on Husson. The Terriers will maintain possession, as Eagles unable to clear it out, as that was taken by the barge. And a foul on Thomas, as this one will go the other way. Ball is high and sent now back the other way. Arsenal not able to get that one for the Eagles. Terriers approaching now, and that one's taken by Ramsdell. Unable to clear. On the far side now for the Terriers is Richards. Trying to cut inside. And again taken away by the Eagles. Here's Tegan Blackie with it now in the center of the field at about the 35-yard line, as she cuts to the outside and has that one taken away. That's Leah Knight, sophomore midfielder out of Winslow, Maine. Foul on the Eagles, as the Terriers will maintain possession. It's going to be a Knight to start with it now, as she was unable to get it past a couple defenders, but a foul was called on the Eagles, so the Terriers will stay with it. Knight with her 10th start of the season, 11th game. 2 assists to her name so far in this one. Now here's Avery Baker coming up the field. She's got Tegan Blackie to her left, and further to her left is Maddie Arsenal, as the Eagles will make a rush for it. It's Baker on the far side, trying to push it in, and unable to get to that one was Julia Murch. Terriers taking it the other way now. On the close side, it's Paige Gilbert. As she draws a foul, Terriers will stay with it. Now is Lauren Anderson. As we will go the other way with it now. Eagles taking possession. It's going to be Leah Pouchard with it right now. Come that towards the middle. On the close side is Murch, as she's unable to get around a few defenders, and taking it now is Rennie as she loses it. And back the other way with it was Maddie Perkins as she draws a foul. Eagles will maintain possession. That one turned back over to the Terriers. Pass from Falkenham. Now here's Herrick with it as she loses it. And a foul on the Eagles. At about the 15-yard line is Richards. As a little fight for it, Eagles coming away with it. Foul called on the Terriers as the Eagles will take it the other way and push down the field. And out of bounds, Terriers will take possession at about the 27, 28-yard line on their defensive side. Is that one off a Terrier and out of bounds? Eagles will gain possession now. Julia Murch in to insert it. At about midfield is Allison Drew as she tries to get through a few defenders. Ball is taken away. And Terriers starting their attack now. Dancing around a couple defenders was Rennie as she's still going. And a foul. Looks like on Rennie. And the ball will go the other way. Unable to clear. And Eagles take it right back. That's Baker. Trying to start a rush for the Eagles as she sends it up. And that one is taken away by Richards as she is unable to clear it. And here's Perkins in with the now at about the 35. And that one's taken away. That was Rennie with the pass up to Gilbert as she comes up back to Rennie. Foul on the Eagles. Terriers will maintain possession. It's going to be Rennie coming around with it to the closest side. Another foul on the Eagles. It's going to be Rennie around the 15-yard line. Trying to come around a few defenders. And another foul on the Eagles. It's going to be Cara Richards at about the 10-yard line. To her left is Lauren Anderson as she goes towards the corner around the net, trying to get it into the center and coming away with it was Carly Ramsdell. She sends it up the field, taken back by a Terrier. And that one's taken back and sent out of bounds. Thomas maintaining possession. It's going to be Leah Knight as she tries to send that to a teammate. Foul on Thomas as we will go the other way with it. It's Baker at about the 40-yard line on the far side. Looking for an open teammate. And coming away with it was Perkins as she was fouled. Maddie Perkins with about 30 yards away from the goal as she sends it in. And a foul on the Eagles, and this one will go the other way. Richards sending it up to Gilbert. Gilbert working around a couple defenders. And that one is stopped by Leah Pouchard. And that one's taken away by Anderson. Pouchard again with the interception as she turns that one over. It's going to be Julia Rennie coming in, past a couple defenders, looking for a shot. And that one is wide, and we're going to have our first penalty corner of the game. Terriers just about set to insert for this penalty corner. And the shot by Rennie, and that one will go the other way. Eagles look to start their rush. On the far side now. Going through a couple defenders. Making her way to the middle. That was Baker. She gets it to Perkins. That one's rolling in. And kick save by Cyphers. And we're going to have another penalty corner, this time for the Eagles. It's going to be Julia Murch on the insert. As she gets out and towards the center too, Maddie Perkins. And her shot is deflected and out of bounds, going the other way now. Both the Terriers and Eagles, both with chances off of penalty corners. No goals coming out of any of them. Thomas looking to go the other way with it now. At about midfield. Here's Rennie. Rennie coming through a couple of defenders, turns and cuts inside. She's still going. As that shot is saved by Goddard. Rennie with the rebound. She's trying to work through a couple of defenders, and we have a foul on Thomas. Ball will go to the Eagles. Sending it up was Louder, as that was taken away by Richards. Richards on the outside. She goes towards the corner with 3 defenders on her. That will be a penalty corner. Foul on Faith Tillotson, freshman out of Saco, Maine. Littlefield on the insert. That one sent to the barge as her shot is in, and a fight around the goal, and we have a goal. Ball was bounced around in front as that eventually found its way into the back of the net. One nothing Thomas. About 10 minutes and 43 seconds in. And that goal is scored by Littlefield, junior defender out of Oxford, Maine. Thomas with the 1-0 lead. Husson trying to get some offense going now. That was Ramsdale. She had it taken away. Now here's Rennie. And slowing it down now. Sending in now past a couple people. And we have another penalty corner for the Terriers. Looking to double their lead now. About 3:52 left to go in this first quarter. It's going to be Littlefield again. Here's Littlefield's insert. And taking the shot now as that goes past a couple people. And the shot by Weber is kicked aside. Thomas looking to restart their attack now. It's Samantha DeBarge at about the 20-yard line. Working through a couple defenders. And a foul, and we will go the other way. Eagles looking to start their rush. Here's Ramsdale. Sending it and not quite able to get it past Terrier, and Eagles going the other way now. Perkins takes a foul on the Terriers. Eagles stick with it. Perkins lifts it up, and ball will go the other way as that foul looks like it was on Tillotson. And Thomas taken away now. Crossing midfield. They have some numbers. And that one is taken away by Ross. Ramsdale again trying to send it up. Ramsdale at about the 41-yard line. Ball crossing midfield to Perkins. Perkins sending it out to the outside and unable to keep with it. As that one rolls out of bounds. And a foul on the Eagles. Thomas will keep possession. And knocking that one out of bounds was Falkingham. It's going to be Murch coming in with it at about the 40-yard line as she turns it over. Thomas looking to start their rush. And Gilbert sends that one out of bounds. As a minute 40 left in this first quarter. Husson looking to tie this thing up at 1. It's Bouchard losing it to Rennie. And a foul on Bouchard. Terriers will stick with it. It's going to be the Barge at about the 40-yard line. That one rolls out of bounds. They're going to call it off an Eagle as the Terriers will restart their attack. There's Anderson. Had it poked away. Staying with the Terriers now, less than a minute to go. Here's Anderson. And we have a penalty corner. They're calling a foul on Leah Bouchard. And the Terriers looking to expand this lead to 2 with just 48 seconds to go in this first quarter. Inserting for the Terriers will be Littlefield again. Littlefield 2 goals now and 4 assists on the season. And that one's inserted. And the high shot landing on top of the goal. Missed opportunity there for the Terriers as Husson will take it the other way now. That was Louder looking through a couple of defenders, has it taken away by Gilbert and taken away now by Bouchard. 20 seconds left in this first quarter now. Eagles looking for one last chance in this first quarter. That one's taken away by Thomas and sent right back to an Eagle. That's Maddie Perkins trying to get something going as time runs out in the first quarter. Thomas leading Husson 1-0 here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. back at the Winkin Sports Complex. I'm Ryan Barnes. 1-0 Thomas leading Husson at the end of one as we start the second quarter. Thomas attacking left to right. And we're going to start off with a foul on Husson. Taking it up now on the near side is Paige Gilbert. Gilbert trying to work into the corner as that one rolls out of bounds. Husson going to take it the other way. It's Pouchard trying to get up to Blackie as that one rolls out of bounds. Terriers will take it. Falkenham up to Gilbert. Gilbert has it taken away and taken right back in the corner. Being closely defended by Bouchard. And a foul on Thomas as that one will go the other way. Excuse me, foul on Husson. Possession staying with the Terriers. And another Husson foul. Thomas starting with it at about the 13-yard line. That is Falkingham. Trying to cut inside and right off of Perkins and out of bounds. It's going to be Falkingham again. The barge, excuse me. And another Husson foul. Now will be Falkingham. And that one's intercepted by Tegan Blackie. She starts to go the other way. Blackie trying to work through a couple defenders. Loses her footing. Husson able to get it regardless. Here's Maddie Perkins. Working through a couple defenders. A foul on Thomas. As Husson will stay with it. Here's Perkins. Working up with it now will be Allison Drew. And to the far side is Ramsdell as she tries to send it up, has it intercepted. Coming down the far side now. Turning, that is Leah Knight. Foul on Husson. Thomas staying with it, Knight. Cutting through, trying to get it to Herrick as she tries to cut it to the inside, and a foul called on Husson as we'll have another penalty corner for the Terriers. Thomas already with 4 shots, one of them in. It's going to be Littlefield again, the goal scorer for the Terriers. As she awaits the whistle. This one is sent in. Here's the barge. And now the shot from Rennie is off an eagle and out of bounds. They're going to give it back to Thomas a little further out. It's going to be the barge with it. And now fighting for it now. And coming away is Richards. Richards trying to cut through. She has an opening. And there's a diving Goddard with a stop. As Carly Ramsdell is with it now. Trying to send it up. And poked out of bounds. Ramsdell will reset at the far 20. She tries to send it up again. Gets her own deflection. And now coming the other way with it. And poked inside. And that will be a foul on Louder. Terriers will take it. Backing up to past the 20 was Rennie as she is double teamed. And another foul on Husson. Rennie will take it, wasting no time. And a penalty corner. Foul called on Murch. It's going to be Littlefield again with the insert. That one to Rennie. Rennie's shot. Fake, and she's cut inside now. And another penalty corner called for the Terriers, as they've had no shortage of chances so far in this one. Littlefield back to insert again. She gets it to the barge as she tries to cut in. This one back. Here's Rennie trying to cut it in. As we have a penalty stroke here for Julia Rennie. Here's Rennie's shot, and that was lifted and scores. 2-0 Thomas off the penalty stroke by Julia Rennie. Her 15th goal of the season, as Thomas leads this one 2-0. It was just her and Goddard after Rennie draws the foul. Has that 1-on-1, she takes that, lifts it right past Goddard. As Eagles, with about 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter, look for at least one to enter the half with. Here's Perkins trying to send it up to the stick of Arsenal, and has that taken away by Littlefield. She's been all over already with a goal. Couple of penalty corner inserts. And out come the other way with it now are the Eagles. To the outside. A foul called on Thomas, as the Eagles will keep this pressure going. Here's Ramsdale getting it to Perkins. Perkins cutting inside with it, trying to get it to the middle. And out of bounds. Eagles staying with it. It's going to be Perkins at about the 25-yard line. Cutting inside is Drew, but she chooses to get it out to Ramsdale. Ramsdale to the corner. And cut inside and taken away by Richards. As another penalty corner, this time for Husson. It's going to be Julia Murch on the insert. She gets one out to Blackie. Blackie winds up and shoots, and that one deflected and up over the net. She had her shot there. She took it. Looked like off a teammate. And the Terriers will stay with it. And take it away on the close side by Murch. Taking that away from Falkingham, as Gilbert losing it out of bounds. Here's Perkins over to Murch, back to Perkins. Perkins trying to cut to the inside towards Blocky. She gets a stick on it, and Baker unable to get the shot off, as the ball will go the other way. Terriers in control right now, leading this thing 2-0. That one sent down the field, taken by Pouchard. At about the 50. Getting up to Murch as she cuts around, as she tries to find Blackie. Around the 20-yard line, Blackie stops, turns, and tries to cut inside. And that is taken away by the Terriers. Now up the field on the close side will be Gilbert, as she crosses the 30, keeping the ball in bounds. Closely defended by Pouchard. Gilbert still going, and a foul called. Couldn't tell if that was on Drew or Pouchard. Terriers maintain possession nonetheless. At about the 15-yard line for the Terriers is Carolina Batchelder. And that one almost taken away. Here's Capozzoli trying to find an open teammate. Can't get it past a couple of Terriers. And sticking with it now is Capozzoli. Approaching midfield, crossing it on the near side. She cuts inside, and the pass to Murch had a little too much mustard on that one. Taken down to the close side is Gilbert, has that one taken away. And coming up now is Leah Pouchard. Trying to get up to Blocky, has that one taken away by Batchelder. Eagles starting now with it. Crossing midfield is Maddie Perkins. Going through a couple defenders, and she's still going. Into the circle now. Here's Perkins with the shot, and she scores! Maddie Perkins working away about 50 yards down the field, finding open space, taking a shot, and cutting the lead in half. 2-1 now. Thomas leading, 6:12 to go in this first half. Perkins with her 4th goal of the season. Perkins, a sophomore forward/midfielder from Clinton, Maine, scoring that one. And now a foul on Husson, keeping with it, will be ready. And that one's taken away. Another foul on the Terriers. Here's Pouchard with it. Getting up to Blocky as she keeps that one in bounds. And has it taken away by Batchelder. Here's Rennie with it now. Rennie stopping and turning towards the middle. Looking for an open teammate. Comes around to the outside on the close side. Rennie still with it. Working past Allison Drew. Being double teamed right now, close. And that one's kicked away by Goddard. Into the stick of Baker. And Husson sticking with it. About 5 minutes to go in the first half. Thomas leading Husson 2-1. And a foul on Husson. Thomas going the other way with it now. The ref telling the Terriers to start a little back further around the 25-yard line. That's Leah Knight with it. Cut inside. And finding an open space and losing it was Kara Richards as she fouls. And the Eagles going with it now. Eagles trying to go now. Here's Tegan Blocky giving it to and giving back. That was Murch with it. That one's intercepted by Perkins as she starts going the other way, already with 1 goal under her belt. She draws the foul. Possession keeps going. Cutting towards the middle now. Through a couple more defenders. She takes a shot, and that one is saved by Cyphers. Husson keeping possession with it. Referee's telling Husson to start a little further away towards the end line. It's going to be Julia Murch with it. Murch getting up to Drew as she cuts inside. Cutting through a couple more defenders, cutting the ball inside. Blocky trying to save it as that one rolls out of bounds, and possession will go to the Terriers. That one sent up the field. And taken away down at the other end was Ross. She tries to cut it upfield. Off a Terrier and out of bounds. Keep it with it now are the Eagles. Capozzoli unable to handle that one as the ball goes to the Terriers. Thomas looking to extend the lead before the half. As another foul on the Eagles. Ball's at about the midfield. Now about the 40-yard line. Cut through a couple defenders. Unable to keep with it. Looks like was Tatiana Roque. Towards the far side. Cutting inside. Now here's Tegan Blocky with it. And that one had a little too much on it. Husson will stay with it though, however. 2 minutes left. Eagles with the chance here to tie it up before the half. And that one is intercepted by Littlefield and taken right back by the Eagles. Ball goes out of bounds. Terriers will get possession. Coming up now the field. Past the 20 now is Weber. And we have a penalty corner foul called on Leah Bouchard. 1:36 to go in this first half. It's going to be Molly Littlefield to insert. Whistle's blown and it's inserted to Rennie as she winds up and takes a shot, and that one is in. That one bouncing right off the back of the goal. Second goal by Julia Rennie. Her 16th of the season. It'll be Littlefield on the assist off that insert. 3-1, Thomas leading now with about a minute and a half to go in this first half. Husson keeping with it now. Getting out to Blackie. And a foul called. Thomas will get it now. It's Casey Falkenham. And a foul called on the Eagles. Ball going the other way, about just over a minute left. And that one's taken by Julia Murch. She gets it up. Cutting towards the middle is Tillotson. Tillotson looking. And that one is taken away. Not before. It's taken away by an Eagle. Cutting inside is Avery Baker. As she's still going. Gets it out to a teammate on the far side. And that was cut inside. Here's Blackie with it. And a penalty corner called for the Eagles. It's going to be Tillotson, freshman forward from Saco, to insert. So that one's sent in. Here's Blackie. Winds up, takes a shot off a couple bodies and rolling out of bounds. Husson keeping with it. If they want a chance, they're going to have to do it quick. 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Baker cutting inside. Blackie trying to stick with it. And that one is sent out of bounds. It'll be Eagles ball. But time will run out before they can do anything with it. 3-1, Thomas leading Husson at the half here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. And back from the Winkin Sports Complex, Husson trailing Thomas 3-1 right after the half. I'm Ryan Barnes. And we are just about ready to start this third quarter as we are underway. This one taken by Knight and turned back over to the Eagles. Foul called on Husson. And here's Knight the other way with it. That one's taken away. And this one given right back. Here's Herrick. Right back to Knight. Knight on the close side at about the 15-yard line. Trying to cut inside. She does. Looking for an open teammate as she turns. And gets it. Up top now is Richards as she loses it. Foul on the Terriers, and going the other way with it are the Eagles. On the close side now, that is Ruby Kitchen. Maddie Arsenal, excuse me. Littlefield trying to get it in. And a foul on the Terriers. Husson will start their rush. Send it up to Capozzoli was Perkins. On the outside now is Arsenal at about the 15. And a foul on the Terriers. Eagles will keep the ball. Here's Arsenal. Turning now. Another foul on the Terriers. And a penalty corner for the Eagles. Looking to cut this lead down to 1. Just a minute 24 into the first half. Husson has a chance for their second goal. And inserting for the Eagles is Murch. And this one's in. With it now was Drew. And now sent to the inside, and ball's wide. And the Terriers will go the other way with it. And poking that out of bounds. Unable to get it was Knight. Drew will go the other way with it. Now here's Ramsdale trying to cut inside. Blocky taking it. And poked out of bounds. Off an Eagle. Thomas will go the other way with it. An update across the way at Boucher Field. Men's soccer taking on the Mules of Colby College. No score at the half. Down on the close side with it is Herrick. And here is Knight at about the 30-yard line. Knight working through a couple defenders, and that finds the stick of a defending Eagle. Ball staying with the Terriers. Here's Littlefield at the 35. Now it's poked and taken away. And drawing the foul was Arsenal, and Ramsdale will take it. Working through a couple of defenders. And losing the ball, but foul on the Terriers, and the Eagles will go the other way. Foul on Richards for the Terriers. And poking it out was Allison Drew. And that one's intercepted by Herrick, but taken by Perkins as she gets it out to Capozzoli, who's working on the outside right now at the 10-yard line. Trying to cut inside, and that's taken away. Taken away was Riley Enright. As the Terriers will go the other way with it, here's Herrick, who's turning at about midfield, tries to get it in. That's taken away by Allison Drew as she starts to go the other way with it now. Drew trying to find Capozzoli as she gets away with it. Capozzoli at about the 10-yard line. Gets out to Ramsdale, who's unable to get it, and she pokes it inside towards Perkins. Foul on the Terriers. Here's Perkins with it, about 15 yards to the goal. She tries to get it inside. And coming away with it is Murch as she tries to turn and cut it inside. She was unable to do so. Come the other way with it is Herrick as she's playing on the end lines. Loses the ball out of bounds. Eagles will take over. Here's Drew. And another foul on Thomas. Allison Drew with it. About 30 yards to go. She's cutting inside to Ramsdale. Ramsdale trying to work through a couple of defenders. Has it taken away by Rennie. Rennie, give yourself some space. She has a couple more defenders to go through at the 30. Now she's at the 20 trying to cut inside. Julia Rennie cutting through a couple of defenders. 2 goals already to her name today as that one's taken away. As a fight for the ball in front of the net's taken away and taken out. Towards the end line is Arsenal. Is that one off a Terrier and out of bounds? On the side with it now is Carly Ramsdale, junior out of Winslow, Maine. Tries to cut that to the middle. That's taken away. Here's Gilbert coming in with Rennie on her left. That one's taken away and going the other way. That was Louder, who lost the ball out of bounds. Terriers will start their rush. Here's Gilbert on the far side now, trying to cut inside, and she does. Pass a couple of defenders, and the shot by Herrick is wide. Terriers unable to convert on that. Very good scoring chance. No one but her and Goddard. That one goes off the post. Terriers. And here's Herrick again. And diving for it. And committing a foul is Maddie Perkins as the Terriers will have themselves another penalty corner. Littlefield inserting once again. Littlefield has Richards, Herrick, Falkenham, just to name a few, on her right. That one towards the middle to Falkenham. And that was sent back. Falkenham shoots, and another penalty corner is called. And it's going to be Littlefield inserting once again. Thomas with 9 shots already. 3 goals, 6 saves for the Eagles. Here's Falkenham shot. That one is off a body. The Barge, excuse me, not Falkenham. Taking the other way now. Here's Capozzoli, who finds Tegan Blackie. He's coming around and cutting to the inside. She has a little bit of space. Entering the circle, she shoots. Ball fought for in front of the net, staying with the Eagles. At about the 25-yard line, that's Perkins. She gets it to Murch. As Murch goes around a couple of defenders, she shoots. Staying with it now is Murch. She's trying to get it to the inside, and a penalty corner will be called. And it's going to be Julia Murch to insert. Murch, captain out of Naples, Maine. 2 goals on the season. As she gets that in to Blackie. Blackie cutting just inside the circle. Gets it over. And here's the shot by Hope Bouchard. And that one is wide, and the ball will go the other way. Another great scoring chance, this time by the Eagles. Hope Bouchard unable to convert. This was sent down the other way. Poking up the field. And now taking the other way is Leah Knight as she gets it to Avery Herrick. Herrick working through Ross. And Herrick still with it, has that taken away, but we will have another penalty corner. Littlefield on the insert. Littlefield with 6:46 to go in this third quarter. Her Thomas Terriers leading 3-1. Littlefield with the first of the 3 goals. And this one is sent in. The barge over to Rennie as that one's taken away by Murch. And a foul on the Terriers will give the ball to the Eagles as they get a chance to reset and go the other way with it. That was a foul on Herrick. Eagles looking to go. Here's Arsenal. Runs into a couple of defenders, and that was taken away by Richards. Foul on the Terriers, and the Eagles will stick with it. Perkins lifting up towards the outside, taken down by Murch at about the 45. And she gets it to Blocky on the outside as Capozzoli and Arsenal to her right. She cuts inside into the circle. She shoots. Fight for the rebound, and a penalty corner will be called. And it's going to be Murch on the inserts. She has Blocky, Arsenal, Perkins, Capozzoli, Ramsdell, and looks like Avery Baker. She gets that to Baker. To Blocky, she takes a shot. Doesn't get as much mustard on as she's wish. Inserted to the middle by Ramsdell. And taken away with it is a Terrier, as that one is off an Eagle and out of bounds. Thomas will go with it. That was Falkenham, who gets it up to Herrick. A foul on Husson as Thomas will go the other way with it. 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. That one's intercepted by Arsenal. She tries to get up to Capozzoli, unable to do so. That's taken by the barge. That's out of bounds. Eagles will go with it now. And that one will stay with the Eagles. Ross will get it out to Louder. Louder to the far side and into the middle. Hope Bouchard unable to get to that one. Foul on Thomas. Husson will gain possession. Just over 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Here's Blocky on the far side. Tegan Blocky gets tripped up. Foul on the Terriers. And Husson will get it at about the 28-yard line. 25, actually. Is that one towards the outside, towards the corner for Blocky. Blocky able to save it in. Looking for an open teammate. Sends it towards the middle. And a penalty corner. That foul taken just inside the circle, but just close enough to give Husson yet another penalty corner. It's going to be Murch to insert. Choosing the near side from right to left. She has Ramsdell, Capozzoli, Arsenal, Bouchard, Blocky, and Perkins. She gets that to Capozzoli. She has space, gets it up top, and missing that one was Perkins, but she takes it back in, turns towards the middle, and another penalty corner. 2 in a short span, and 2 in about 20 seconds or so. It's going to be Murch inserting once again. And again, choosing to insert from the near side is Murch. She gets that up to Capozzoli. She turns and just past the stick of Perkins and out of bounds. And going the other way with it now are the Terriers. It's Casey Falkenham with it right now. Closely defended by Tessa Capozzoli and Tegan Blackie, as that one is still in the hands of the Terriers, right in front of the Husson bench. That one off the stick of Capozzoli and out of bounds. Still with it is Falkenham and the Terriers. That one's in. It's going to be Falkenham again as she loses it. And another foul on Husson. They're going to tell them to back up and start a little further at about the 35-yard line. And a foul on the Terriers. Ball will go the other way. That one's sent up the side. A foul on the Terriers. Husson maintaining possession. That one's taken away by Rennie. She cuts to the inside and turns. Looking for an angle. And a foul on Pouchard will give the Terriers yet another penalty corner. It's going to be Littlefield on the insert. And that one is in. It's going to be Gilbert now with the shot on it, kicked away by Goddard. Scramble in front of the net, and it will go to the Eagles. Thomas, that was their 11th penalty corner of this game. On the far side, it will be Falkenham with it for the Terriers as she loses it. But the ball will stay with Thomas. She gets through Blackie and Capozzoli, staying with it now. As there will be a foul on Thomas, and ball will go the other way. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. And coming up with it is Claudine Weber as she loses it. And that one sent up the side. Saved by the barge before it heads out of bounds. And a foul on Capozzoli will give the Terriers possession. That one is poked by Blackie. As I'm going to step aside. 15.7 seconds left in the third quarter. Thomas leading Husson 3-1. Blackie walking off the field. Terriers continuing their rush. Has cut through a number of defenders and taken the shot wide. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Thomas leading Husson 3-1 here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network, I'm Ryan Barnes. Thomas leading Husson 3-1 as we start this fourth quarter, the last 15 of this matchup. Foul on Herrick as the Eagles will take it the other way. That's Arsenal as she commits a foul. Here's Rennie coming up with it now. Another update from across the way at Boucher Field. Husson men's soccer trailing Colby 1-0 with about 20 minutes to go in that one. As the ball finds its way towards Goddard, she kicks it away to Blackie. And she has it on the far side with about 60 yards in front of her as she's fouled. That was Lauren Anderson on the foul. Blackie coming up with it now. Cutting inside and sending it up towards a couple teammates. Has it taken away by the Barge. And this one recovered back by the 50. Here's the Barge again. Coming up with it now is Richards on the far side. Foul on Bouchard. And another foul, again on Husson. This one just outside the circle. On the far side, cutting in. And cutting through a couple defenders. And getting the penalty call was Richards, as Thomas will have yet another penalty corner. .13:07 left to go in this matchup. It's going to be Littlefield on the insert. This one taken out to the Barge. The Barge gets it in. And Goddard well out of her net. Defense coming to her aid. And taking it the other way is Capozzoli. She has a wide open Blackie on the far side. Numbers now for the Eagles. Capozzoli on Blackie's right as she's trying to cut through and loses it to Riley Enright as she puts a stop to that Eagles rush. Taking the other way now is Perkins. She draws a foul and she sends it in off a couple people. Blackie trailing it and keeping it in bounds. Sending it to the middle to Capozzoli as she turns, cuts to the middle, tries to center it. And a penalty corner is called for the Eagles. And they have a chance to get within one. About 2:42 into this fourth quarter. It's going to be merged to insert for the Eagles. With from right to left, Ramsdale, Blackie, Perkins. She gets out to Capozzoli. She shoots, has a little lift on it, and scores. As they're going to call no goal on that one, as that was just outside the circle. Missed it by mere inches as Terriers will take the other way. The Barge sending it right into an Eagle as Eagles will lose possession of that one as they gain it back. And the Terriers will take that back for themselves. Coming up the field now, it's Richards. Cut inside and has it taken away by Louder. And a foul called on Rennie. Eagles will take it the other way now. Ball out of bounds off of Louder. It will be Terriers' ball. It's going to be Falkenham right in front of her bench with about 30 yards in front of her as she tries to send that. and unable to keep it in bounds, as this one will go to the Eagles. She tries to send it up, and that goes out of bounds. Thomas sticking with it. That one sent up towards Rennie. Foul on Husson. Rennie will stick with it. About 22 yards to go. She cuts through a couple of defenders, cuts through a third one, and turns inside and takes the shot. That one's wide. Thomas will stay with it. Here's the barge. Sticking with it. She cuts inside. And right in front of the net now with it. And a foul on Herrick as the Eagles will take it the other way. Losing that one now. Thomas going with it. Here's Rennie. And a penalty corner. Called. It's going to be Littlefield on the insert. 9:45 to go in this one. Littlefield gets it out to Rennie. She takes a shot off of Littlefield and poked away by a defending Eagle. And foul on the Terriers. Husson will get it. And this one sent up the field, but intercepted by Littlefield and taken away by Capozzoli. She has a couple Terriers in front of her. She tries to cut through, loses it, stays with it. Off the foul, and taking it now will be Perkins as she cuts inside the circle. Looking for the shot, tries to cut inside and right across the goal line. Ramsdale saves it, tries to get it on net, and a penalty corner is called for the Eagles as they're getting their chances. And we'll have another one. It's going to be Murch on the insert. Penalty corner number 10 for the Eagles as Murch gets it out to Perkins. Cuts to her left, cuts inside, falling in another penalty corner. Perkins drawing the foul inside the circle. It's going to be Murch inserting once again. Murch electing to insert from the near side. As that one is out to Capozzoli. Capozzoli's shot is in and right in front of the net, poked away. And another penalty corner called. Good showing by the Barge to poke that one away, as that one, without her, surely would have been in. Murch to insert once again on the 11th penalty corner. They're almost catching up with the Terriers, who have 12. Here's Baker. Gets it out to Blocky. Blocky takes a shot, and that one is off a couple bodies, last off an Eagle and out of bounds. The Terriers will take it now. 8.5 to go in this one. Here's the Barge. Trying to reach a teammate on the outside. Couldn't tell if that was Knight or Herrick, but that one's out of bounds regardless. As taken it at about the 35 will be Ramsdale. Ramsdale cutting through a couple defenders. Sticking with it, getting inside to Blocky. As the Eagles have another shot, diving for it was Cyphers. And looks like Cyphers is down. Eagles getting a number of chances on that one. Still not able to score, as we will step aside here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Cyphers looks to be okay. Eagles still looking for their second goal of the evening. It's going to be Merge on the far side with it. And a foul on the Terriers will keep it Husson ball. It's going to be Perkins. About the 27, she cuts in towards the circle. She's cutting through a couple of defenders. Stop turning to cut to the inside. And getting a couple shots on net. And unable to finish as a foul was called on the Eagles. Ball will go the other way. This one's intercepted by Blackie, as they have a little bit of numbers here. And that one towards the corner and taken. On the far side, taking the ball upfield. It was Knight to Herrick as a foul was called on the Terriers. 7 minutes to go. Husson needs 2 to tie. Here's Ramsdale at the 40. Ramsdale trying to run through Herrick there. And another foul called on the Terriers. Here's Perkins cutting inside the circle with it and has it taken away. And that one's poked away by Perkins as she tries to cut it to the inside. Doesn't get a whole lot on that one. And a foul is called on Husson's Capozzoli. And Thomas will take it the other way. That one is far and out of bounds. Eagles will take it. That is Ross with it. She cuts back to Louder. Louder giving it away to Richards. As Thomas has a little bit of numbers here. Gets it to Rennie, who already has 2. And that one is taken away. Here's Perkins up to Ramsdale. Ramsdale looking to go the other way with it. Gets it to Capozzoli. She's unable to get it past Gilbert. And sliding down is Capozzoli. Knight with it now on the close side at about the 10. She cuts, turns inside, tries to get on net, kicked away by Goddard. Here's Herrick with it. Herrick drawing a foul and a penalty corner. And Littlefield to insert once again. .5:17 to go. Thomas with a chance to go up 3 on Husson. Again, this is a non-conference matchup. Listen up to the barge. And here's Rennie with the shot, and that one is wide and staying with the Terriers. 12th shot of the match by Thomas. Here's the barge at the 25. Cutting to the outside, looking for an open teammate, and loses it. And a foul called on Husson. The barge will waste no time getting up to a teammate. That one's off an eagle and out of bounds. Starting again will be the Terriers. At the 25, she gets it back. There's Falkenham trying to get it inside. And Thomas sticking with it once again. Here's the barge. Kicking it back. And has it poked away. The barge with it now. Loses it. And trying to come away with it and succeeding. Here's Blackie at about the 20. Cutting inside. Trying to cut towards the circle. And a foul on Thomas just before the circle. Here's Perkins. Turning with it. Cutting inside the circle. Trying to go on goal with it. And a foul on Husson. This one will go the other way. Both Thomas and Husson getting chances. Thomas able to convert on 3 of them. Husson only once. And here's Rennie crossing midfield. She's going through, turning on the Jets, past a couple of defenders. Finding herself in the corner, turning in. And looking for a teammate on the inside. She finds a teammate. Here's the shot. And that one is still being fought for in front of the net. And Eagles almost have to play desperate here if they want a chance to score, tie, or even take the lead. Just under 3 minutes left. And with the time ever ticking. This one is taken. Past a couple defenders. Gets out to Blackie. Blackie getting it up. 2-on-2. Here's Murch. Murch with Tillotson on the inside. Has it taken away. Thompson's done a very good job on the defensive end, denying Husson with chances. Here's Baker. At about the 10-yard line getting out. And that one's turned over. This one sticking with the Eagles. Ball is in the inside. A little too hard for Tillotson. Tillotson working around a couple defenders and turning that one over. But poking that one, deflecting it. Here's Ramsdale in a battle on the near side. Herrick with the foul. But 1:15 left to go. Husson needs 2 now. Here's Ramsdale at about the 30. Ramsdale losing it, but fouled. And here's Perkins cutting through. Trying to work through a couple defenders. And the ball gets out. Here's Herrick. Has Rennie on her right. And she's still working the side. A foul is called on Hope Bouchard. Less than a minute to go. And that one is up to Rennie as she tries to cut in for the hat trick. She stops, turns, has a shot, takes it. Now one's blocked. Here's Herrick. After the shot, and here's Rennie with the shot. And a foul on Thomas, 15 seconds to go. And it looks like time is not in Husson's favor as the final 5 seconds will tick down. And the Thomas Terriers will come away with a 3-1 victory of the Husson Eagles in this non-conference matchup. Chances have gone both ways, but it really was Thomas dominating on both the offense and defensive side of the ball, maintaining possession for most of the game. Only allowing 1 goal for the Eagles was Terriers goalkeeper Lee Cyphers, who improves to 4-2 on the season, as Goddard, allowing 3, will fall. And that'll just about do it for me here. I'm Ryan Barnes. This has been Husson Field Hockey on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.